Hello, welcome to TRDR.tv. My name is Robert Sievers. Today I'm here with Nicholas Santiago, co-founder of InTheMoneyStocks.com. How are you doing today, Nick?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. So let's go ahead and let's get started with the interview. My first question is kind of just about when you really kind of got started and got interested in the stock markets. So do you think you could tell us a little bit about that time, kind of when it happened and what was kind of going through your mind?
Sure, it was in the early 90s, and believe it or not, somebody had given me a stock tip, and I had a little bit of capital. I put it into the market, and the trade worked out.
Okay.
It was a blessing and a curse. I made a lot of money on my first trade, but I proceeded to lose the money the same year. So the truth of the matter is I was hooked after that first trade, and I started to develop a little bit more of a technique. I stopped listening to the news and I started to get more into the technicals as the years progressed. And now I'm predominantly just a technical trader at this point in my life.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about what you did before you founded InTheMoneyStocks.com?
Sure. I used to run a delicatessen, which was like a little store where we sold sandwiches,
Okay.
and I managed that for several years, and then I became a stockbroker. And in the 90s, I became a stockbroker, and then we got to around 2005. I said, I think I'm just going to trade for myself, and I just really started to trade my own money after the tech bubble in 2000,
Hmm.
and we started in the InTheMoneyStocks.com in 2007, and we've been running it strong ever since.
Okay. And what drove you to start teaching as opposed to just kind of investing personally?
Well, what happened was I was in a day trading firm and I was trading my own capital, and
Hmm.
a person came up to me and he said, "Hey, can you show me how to do this? How do you make money each and every day? What are you doing?" And he offered me, a pretty large sum of money to teach him how to do it. And he goes, "Why don't you just open up your own?" After I showed him how to do it and I taught him, I didn't even take his money. He just gave me the idea, and he stayed with me for a while. And he's like, "Why don't you just open your own business and teach other people?" He goes, "So many people would love to learn how to do this." And basically, that's how it all started. It was just, somebody said, "Hey, why don't you try this?" And next thing you know, I did. And I never, ever in a million years thought it would take off. But in 2007, I was predicting a stock market crash. And as you know, we crashed three times that year.
Of course.
And we were looking for a major crash in 2008. And all of it came true. And really, it was just planting a seed that really germinated into something special.
Okay. Can you tell us a little about where you met your co-founder? I think his name is Gareth.
Sure.
If I'm
He and I
wrong.
both met in New York City at a day trading firm,
Okay.
and he was working there as well, and he was a really, really good trader. And I said, "Hey, I'm going to start this business, but I don't know if I could do it alone. It's going to require a lot of work." And I had a lot of plans for it, and he and I both went over it, and we made a business model, and we've evolved and molded it quite a bit since that time. But it really has turned into something rather incredible over the years.
Awesome. Does he have any experience teaching as well, kind of before you guys started doing in the money stocks, or was it something that you kind of
No,
picked up as you went along?
yeah, neither of us have a teaching background, but it was just something that we were just traders, and that's the beauty of this business.
Yeah,
I
I
tell
agree.
people very, very often, I'd rather work with somebody that's never ever been in the market at all than to somebody that comes in with preconceived notions and thinks he knows a whole lot about the market. The reality of it is it's all money flow. That's really what we follow, and we do that by following the charts and following the cycles. Gareth was really a good trader, and what I saw in him was he could look at things on a chart, and he had a knack for small caps. I like large caps and mid cap stocks. He used to love small cap stocks. So it really was a really good fit and a great marriage, because he would handle a lot of the small cap equities and make big percentage gains, and I would handle the large cap equities, and we do really well, and it has gelled like that for a long time now.
So your two trading styles kind of complement each other, or
They
like the types of assets that you invest in. Because you're stepping on my toes a little bit here, Nick. That was actually my next question was, what kind of assets do you guys typically teach at InTheMoneyStocks.com?
Well, the methods that we use can be used for anything. You could
Okay.
trade Forex, you could trade ETFs, you could trade indexes, you could trade stocks, you could trade bonds. It really doesn't matter. We could trade anything if we could chart it. that's the beauty of it all. So we get all walks of life coming in. Hey, Nick, can you tell me about, the euro? Can you tell me about dollar yen? And then we get other walks of life come in and say, hey, where is the 10-year U.S. Treasury note yield going to go? And we can chart it, and that's the beauty of it. So we cover all areas of the market, and the methods seem to be, pretty solid. They're not perfect. Nothing is. Don't ever let anybody tell you that, somebody has a magic formula. But, you watch the money flow, and if you're wrong, hey, that's why we use stop losses.
Okay. What strategies do you guys typically teach? I mean, I saw a little bit kind of about how you on both your bio and also your LinkedIn about how you teach some proprietary count systems and cycle dates. Do you think you could give us a basic kind of brief description about kind of what that entails?
Sure. Well, we came up with a count system very, very long time ago, and it's been working ever since we developed it. And really what it does is you're just looking at a chart pattern and you're watching how the chart will evolve. And on a certain number, very, very often, if the right pattern is in place, these stocks usually will get hit with a buy program or a sell program. And we've been able to do that for many, many years, and it's still working to this very day. And we call that the counting system. And a lot of people now are using it, and they're just still pretty amazed how we were able to figure it out. And believe it or not, these are things that we got from nature. So it wasn't just something that, randomly popped up. If you observe a lot of things that go on in nature, you'll find that the same thing goes on in the stock market. After all, people are human, and human nature will always dominate the market.
Okay, thank you. That was a good answer to that one. What type of students do you typically teach? Is it all levels, beginners, intermediate, advanced? I mean, do you have different courses that are set up for different levels, or how do you go about deciding what?
Well, we have several courses. The first one is the InTheMoneyStocks methodology, and that's where you'll learn about the time counts, you'll learn a briefing about cycles, and you'll learn all of our chart patterns and strategies, and you'll learn how to put all of those techniques together. And what we look for in development is to create factors. So if you have one factor and another factor both aligning, that creates a very good risk reward scenario where traders have the odds in their favor that they're going to make money. And that's what we do as traders. We're just simply putting the odds in our favor. And over the time, Gareth has developed several courses. I've now developed several courses, and we have a course for trading the morning gaps. We have a course for overall trading. We have a course for just technique trading. We have a course that will show people how to go about their day each and every day preparing for the market. So there's really a lot going on now, and these things have been developed over the years. So it's been pretty special, and we're very, very proud and excited to bring it to all the people in the world.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, I was actually checking out your site, and I mean, I was pretty amazed with the amount of content that you guys really had up there. I mean, one of my questions was going to be, I mean, how much of that content is actually you, and how much of that is actually Gareth? Because it seems like you guys have really been at it for a couple of years now. I mean, there's courses on swing trading, day trading, pre-market setups, afternoon action videos. There was
it's
more on research center option alerts. So there's a lot of content up there.
It's enormous, and this year we launched our algorithmic trading system as well,
Okay.
Called Rognu Trading Systems, and that's at Rognu.com. But there are just so many things that you can do in this business. You never stop learning, you never stop growing, and like I said, we started in 2007. In the beginning of 2007, and the amount of content that we have out there now is just enormous. It's just probably tens of thousands of videos and articles, and we've been featured in so many different publications now. It really has grown quite a bit for over the years. So, we're proud of everything that we've been able to do, and what we try to do and strive to do is try to help the small retail investor, because people come into this business, they think they're going to make $1 million overnight. That's just hogwash. That's not going to happen. for most people. Maybe it'll
No,
happen
it's
one
it's
out
called
of 1
gambling,
million.
you know? I mean,
Yeah, it's
if,
called gambling. And we try to take the gambling out of it and try to teach traders how to put the odds in their favor each and every day. And that's what makes a successful trader, is just putting the odds in your favor. You're not going to win on every trade. I always emphasize that to everybody. But what you're going to do is you're going to give yourself the best chance to win, and you're going to keep your losses small and to a minimal amount.
okay. My next question is, how can new traders who are unfamiliar with your website kind of get a little taste or a little idea of what you guys are actually all about, the different strategies that you teach? I mean, do you have a YouTube that you can check out? Is there some sort of trial that you
Sure.
offer? Or
We offer a 7-day free trial to our research center and also to our intraday stock chat room.
okay,
Now, the intraday stock chat room is more geared towards the retail trader that wants to be a day trader. What we do cover swing trading action in there as well. And then you have the research center, which is really predominantly all swing trading or longer term trading. And in there, you also get what we call our No Hype Live broadcast, which we allow members to come in and ask us questions twice a week. We hold those on Thursdays and Sunday nights. And traders, all the members get to come in and say, hey, can you tell me about XYZ stock? I want to buy this stock. Would you do it here? What are the factors for this trade? Why did we do this trade? How did we make money on this trade? Where would the stop out be? They just ask us all questions about the market, and that's part of the research center. You get all of our cycle work. You get all of our trade setups. It's really a very, very popular and fantastic program.
okay, thank you. Yeah, and then I also saw that you had a tab that said like the free market action, and I was wondering if all of this material was actually free, because yeah, there's a blog, email market analysis, research center research center track record, research center archive, earnings calendar, article archive, pre-market setups, and afternoon actions. I mean, is that all kind of your historical data that you now,
Yeah,
once
I mean,
once you've created it, you kind of made it free for your audience?
yeah, they can
Okay.
go there and view everything. They could look at what we've done in the past, and they could just actually go on our Rant and Rave blog. And what you'll see is I put trade setups almost every day in there for traders.
Yeah, I saw
and
some of those.
and people can see how it works out. I want them to to be confident in what we're able to do, and not every trade's gonna be a home run or a winner, but what they could see is how it all plays out and how it works, and they could get familiarized and comfortable with everything that we do here at In the Money Stocks.
Oh, thank you very much, Nick. Really, I think that's all the time that we're really going to have for today, unfortunately. But is there anything else that you wanted to add before we kind of go, Nicholas?
No, not much, but I mean, let traders, if you want, come over, take a 7-day free trial to the research center. Try out the intraday stock chat room if you're a day trader or even a swing trader, and you get to talk with us throughout the day. You get to see our desktops live. It's a fantastic program. And for those traders out there with a small amount of capital, if they want to take our options program, it's an excellent program. We're really having a sensational year, and we started that program last year. And believe it or not, the percentage gains were enormous. And you just use a small amount of capital. You're not looking to put a lot of capital into the options, but it's been a really, really a worthwhile program that we launched last year, and it's been very successful so far.
Thank you very much for sharing with us, Nick. For those of you, who haven't had the chance to check it out yet, I highly recommend going to go check out InTheMoneyStocks.com. But like I said, that's all the time we have for today. So thank you very much, Nick, and have a nice day.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Of course. All right. Thank you very much for joining us here at Trader TV. My name is Robert Sievers, and again, that was Nicholas Santiago, the CEO of InTheMoneyStocks.com. I highly recommend that you go check it out. Like we were saying, there's just a lot of free content that they have up on their website, so that you can kind of get an idea of what strategies they implement, kind of how their returns have been, and just basically how the teaching process actually goes. So I highly recommend that you go check it out. Thank you very much for joining us here at Trader TV. Have a nice day, and I wish you the best of luck with your future trades.